Hello, Cancer. This is your April 2023 general energy read for the sign of Cancer. Okay, gotcha. And this was first. This next. And then this. Leave it just okay. Just a general energy reading for Cancer. We're all going to be profoundly affected by this planetary alignment that's taking place. It starts this evening. It should be directly in line in the western sky. Some 5 planets, some of which we'll never see again. 200 years from now is the next time they'll come through. It's a pretty unique display. Hope you get to see it. Okay. You tell me which one then. All right. Okay. Goodness gracious. Fine. It stays in reverse. Okay. Ooh. That's someone else's energy there. That's interesting. Okay. This one. It's that one. This one. Yep. Generally, April, Cancer. Okay, alright. Okay. Come on now, that. Okay, then these are not. None of them are upward. Face up. This one is face up. Okay, face up. And then over the deck. Okay, let's get started, Cancer. Because we have this planetary alignment, it's been really wild ride on these reads. It'll take a little while to get through, but yeah, they do some bounce around. This energy will remain pretty well solid for the next couple of weeks until these planets get far enough away from each other that they're not influencing each other, their gravitational pulls and so on. Once they move away from each other enough, I'm thinking probably about 2 weeks, then they'll start to dissipate. That energy or that influence that they're providing or pushing. It will start to fade. Then I'm going to probably try to get onto your live and do all sign reading so that I can get that all reorganized and moving forward, okay? Because this is going to mix stuff up so bad. It's going to mix things up for every single person. Every single sign will be affected by this planetary alignment because it's so profound and unique and very. And it's going to hit us all some way or another. And that way, when it fades, I'm going to need to pick up and figure out where it took you, whether that was a change that will remain or move forward on that path, or whether it's just a fluke energy that will dissipate and the new energy will take over, or a previous energy will step in its place. I really won't know. I won't know until those planets get far enough away from each other. Here's prior to this move, here during the move, and you can see that when you see this, I give this to you just. Okay, what we have here, 2 cups at first. This is unified love, of course. This is the giving and the exchanging of the cup. I mean, the giving and receiving of the cup. I mean, 2 people sharing back and forth. What I really think is interesting is that there is a nurse's sign behind that, or on the other side of the card. In the card, it looks like this. The snakes for the medical field, medical snakes, is on this card. So it seems like that has significance, and I don't know how in this week, but it does seem right now I'm feeling really strongly pulled to it. Like maybe you and this person became very close due to some kind of shared medical issue or something like that, or you're both medical professionals of some kind of work together. But this is I feel that way. It's mutual attraction, of course, proposal, marriage, connection, stuff like that. But you're connected beyond that on this. You're connected beyond that part of it. You have a lot to talk about. You're in the image. You 2 are sharing the cups. You're taking and giving and taking equally. So that suggests that there's a real nice equal ground drawn. You bring to the table the same intelligence kind of energy that you can banter back and forth with and share experiences and understand each other. Next to that is the Knight of Cups. That's creativity, of course, romantic, of course. That's, of course. During this, of course, you're going to find some of that going on. But this Knight of Cups is very romantic. I mean, he's bringing a cup and a gallant horse. Beautiful. Next to that is the Ace of Cups. So this 2 of Cups here, this person is just continually making you happy. They continue to stimulate your soul, mind, and body. You are very happily united in this relationship. And at this very moment, I'm looking at the Page of Wands in reverse. Page of Wands in reverse. That's a lack of direction. There's delays. There's procrastination, creating conflict, poor communication, bad news, and instability. This is coming directly from this lineup of planets. You're a water sign. It's gonna make you moody. It could be that you take things very misunderstood. There are some misunderstandings between what it seems like a good connection is about to get a little stirred up with emotion because of this lineup. God, this is happening again. This is the 3rd reading that has been influenced in a negative way by this lineup. Oh man, those gravitational pulls and these planets must be bouncing off each other all over the place. And the irony of it, it is just bouncing the people over on this planet everywhere. As unique and beautiful as it is, boy oh boy, it has got some crap in store for us. 3 right in a row, it's been negatively influenced because you're maybe you need some time to yourself, or you feel like you do, or there's just something that's really getting your nerves. It's weighing on you and digging away at you, and you don't even know what it is. It's probably this darn energy. You are so easily influenced by the tides, and this is a gravitational issue. I would expect that it would absolutely affect you. You're the single most affected sign, the most affected sign by any planetary action. Yeah, that's a fact. We know that you are always have been very emotional, and you are governed by the sea. So your tides and so on, and moon shifts, and those things affect you always. They always have, and they always will. But right now, this lineup is really knocking you for a loop. It's the Eight of Swords. Is it going forward from this moment? And these 3 cards here are representative of the next week or 2 weeks, and that's right in through. Oh, the next 2 cards are right through it. This is the Eight of Swords, and it's in the upright position, and it's negative thinking, self-imposed restrictions, your imprisonment, victim mentality. This is absolutely instability. You feel isolated. This is the planetary shift for you. Boy, you're going to need a read when that stuff starts to fade. And it's happening fast, because it starts tonight and it's going to happen fast. So you might want to warn your significant other that you may be affected terribly by this, and if they have, if they're a water sign, which they could be easily, yeah, they look like they could be a water sign as well. You might really want to stay away from each other. I'm not kidding. Sleep somewhere else for a couple of days. These first few days are bad. These could break you up, and that would be a big shame. And you'd be wondering in the middle of next month, what the hell happened? I don't understand what happened. So yeah, it's about 2 weeks right there, and then you got the last one, the Eight of Pentacles in the upright. That's it's diligence. It's doing the hard work, passion, hard work, high standards, mastery, apprenticeships. This is working hard. It's the Eight of Pentacles, of course it is. It's about your foundation, and you're going to be hard at work and going, oh no, have I messed something up? You know, that's what I'm worried about, because it looks like that the other and the other sign is as well, is a water sign as well, and they're gonna feel it as emotionally as you're giving it. And the people around you here, I'm just gonna shoot it out from the hip, whatever comes. And this is just the way it's coming. I apologize if it's hard, but this is a hard read, and I'm so sorry that you're going to have a speed bump for the next few weeks. And you just go slow over it and get away from each other right now. The people in your surroundings who are, and what they're bringing to you right now and going forward. The Hermit in reverse. I just said, go away. Separate for a couple days. And you might even consider taking a break for maybe a couple weeks. Because if you don't, it's going to be, the Tower. The hermit, isolation and loneliness, and withdrawal. You're gonna feel so shameful and bad about something you say because you can't help yourself. You just blurt out what you think, right? When you think it, and you're gonna hurt their feelings really bad. And they're gonna be going the other direction with this planetary lineup, and it's gonna devastate their feelings, and you're gonna, it's just gonna be hard. So you might want to just, lay low for a little while. Let this wash over you and see how you feel first before you attempt any kind of communication that might be dangerous for the relationship. You mean it later, because the next card over is a tower. It's personal transformation, of course. This is not a tower. This is not a tower that I would want on my plate. This is a tower in reverse on the table, surrounding you. This is your making right here. This is, yeah. I would say I usually see this. I usually see this tower in the upright position, depicting someone has had a tower. But this is an action. This is just a mentality. It's, you want to cause that. It's personal transforming, fear of changing, suffering, averting, or delaying disaster. You really are trying to commit soul suicide, man. It's rough. It's a rough it's a rough go these days. And I'm sorry I'm giggling. It's just, oh, these reads have been like this, and I'm almost dreading the 3-week mark when I have to go live, and when I go live and I have to do a rebuild and try to figure out the common denominators to these energies, because on this platform it's different than in person to person. I mean, person to person, I deal with a lot of one person energy, and I can usually catch on to about everything that's going on, and all the little peccadillos in it, they belong to that person or the people around them. But this, I started reading on here, and there's so many different energies. There's so many different cards will come out, but there's so many different ways to see them, and so many nudges I keep getting, and there's not really any. I have to look for the common denominators in a read, and because there's so much. The first couple of weeks that I read online here, I had a real problem sleeping. I kept getting woke up. There were so many energy dreams. They were terrible, and I couldn't. The folks in these dreams, I never saw before in my life, and I just. So, and it felt a lot like when I first got on the camera and started reading, and I felt so bombarded with spiritual energy that I couldn't sift through it to make a viable. There was nothing common. So many. I felt like it's like if you're sitting there and too many people are too close to you. And you feel squeezed. I felt very uncomfortable, claustrophobic. And the room is big, but I just felt there's just so many people watching, and so many people who are trying to find a way to them, to answer the questions and to help them. And when I've got a whole lot of different energy, I can't pin one down and say, okay, I know that this is exactly this energy. I have to chip away at it because there's so many. That's the only way I can describe that. I can't really describe it any other way. And I'm not sure how anyone else does it because they say they have a soul team or tribe or, or they have spirit guides. I can't pick. There's too many. I can't, I allow them to influence some dreams. At first they scared me a little bit. There's just too many trying to meld, touch me. And they were lights. They were represented by lights and trying to all encompass me. And I felt weakened by it. And I couldn't. Anyway, this is, you're going to have some terror moment here. You're bringing that on yourself because of this whole thing. So that 3-week reading, I hope you're there. Because this is something you're going to want to make heads or tails of then. It won't make any heads or tails of it through this alignment. It's pretty messed up. You got you got the Ace of Wands. That stays in this energy here. The Ace of Wands. It's delays, it's apathy, it's boredom, the lack of motivation. Most of it has to do with self punishment. Self-punishment. And now, listen. The next card here, this is separate from these, okay? This is the card that can be changed. This is the card that I think right now has the potential to not exist in this read, okay? Because I know that you, at this time, do not want this. And you have the ability to not have to suffer this. But if you continue forward and you don't control yourself through these waves of gravity, I'm going to say, of water coming through, this 3 of Swords will destroy your relationship. It will destroy it. It will be the remnant and the outcome of that tower right there that you have the potential to make, but it's in the reverse position. So right now, you can stop that tower and you can let this never happen. But you have to make a decision to control yourself or step away for a while and then come back and explain later when you have a better hold on things, because this is a very dangerous time. If you want to lose that, if you don't care if you lose that, that's fine, go ahead. But if that matters to you, this is the last thing you ever want to do. If it matters. Because I see something beautiful up here. And you really don't want to hurt something you love. So going forward, this is a 5 of Swords. And I'm going to say, these are possibilities, okay? These are the possibilities. This 5 of Swords is the beeline. It's straight from this. If you take this route and you don't control yourself and you allow the waves of foolishness overtake you. If you allow them to overtake you, you will suffer a broken heart. You will create conflict and there will be loss. Big time. You'll be lost. They'll walk away from you. They will not fight. They don't. The person that you are trying to pick this fight with will not fight with you. They'll just be broken. And they'll never be the same. They're not with you. Or you can walk away from this. Here's your other option. 8 of Cups. This is disappointment, abandonment, withdrawal, and escapism. Walking away. Leaving this stuff here behind for the moment. And the result here is the choice, lovers, okay? That's who it's affecting, you and your lover, the person you love. And I'm telling you, this is the choice right here. This or this, one or the other. But you'll come to this if you come to the lovers. And it can be good. It's love and happiness. It's harmony. It's all those things. But you have to make the choice to have that. And if I were you, if you're here looking for answers, maybe you're starting to feel this stuff already. If you're here looking for answers, you might want to back off. That's what I would do. And let these waves overtake you so you know just how far you have control. and how far you don't, where it overtakes and you lose control. Because at that point, you want to be away from everyone you love. Just walk. Take a walk. Just take a walk until the wave passes. like a pregnancy contraction. When it passes, breathe. But while it's in full force, step away. You're gonna have to take yourself to some place that you have control of, like your breathing or your music or something. Go do some music and try to focus. The only thing I can tell you that might help you at this time would be doing some yoga or sitting and doing meditation. Meditate through this. You may see some really crazy stuff or reveal things about yourself that you need to know and then be able to control. Because the fact is, this deserving love here, you should know whether you're capable of being valuable for it, to it. God, how did I get that out? Alright, you know what, kids? I'm going to end this read here. We're almost at a half hour, and I don't like going over that. It's a waste. And I don't think that YouTube is too happy about it sometimes. They give me a hard time. When it comes to when we're trying to, my computer crashed up here a couple weeks ago. So yeah, because I had too long a read. So I was doing some things and I pushed my computer a little too far, like that. Anyway, all right, Cancer. Like I said, you do have the ability to change this outcome. You have the ability to make this outcome one of you yourself. You have the ability to handle this whole situation. You have the ability within you to do anything that you want to do. So, all it takes is the courage, and I know you can find that. Toodles, Cancer. I hope you like it. Subscribe on the way out if you haven't. And I hope you come back. If you're new, I hope you come back and join me. So I'll go live, and we can chat. Okay, Toodles. See you around the corner.